The marching arts is about movement and sound.
I'm worried that like after this, I'm not gonna have any more ideas.
I'm proud to sacrifice whatever hours it takes.
Trying to do something new makes it worth doing.
The concept of Alinea, RhythmX's 2019 show, was inspired by a TV show. Tim Jackson came to our design table and said, hey, I saw this chef's table, and it was very, very interesting.
The sampler's not in here, so it's just gonna play notes. Still the groupings here.
This, to me, feels like it was about a restaurant called Alinea, and the word Alinea means the beginning of a new train of thought. The visual design of the show is one that's constantly changing, and it's one that all three of us are also working on all the time.
Fake. Then this is just straight eighth notes for a little while.
It's my job to do the visual design, but at all points of the season, we're also checking and balancing each other, where Tim will say, you know, that part, I feel like my eye's over there a little bit too long.
3, 4 into this space. Okay. You don't have to get into the spaces though. It's gonna be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and keep going. Okay. Let's add you guys on.
The idea of putting a show together like a chef would put together a menu is also very different. Normally it's movement 1, movement 2 is a little slower, movement 3 is much faster, it's the closer, and then you play loud notes at the end, right? 10, 11, 12, 13. Here we wanted to put the courses together and give different descriptors.
Make that look as good as possible. When you get in there now, you're gonna have more time to get your drums on.
In the same form for a long time.
We can at least put a couple of steps in there. So when that releases, that either that's the last step,
right,
or it's a pause right before it, or I might want to do that on both sides then, because we were sort of thinking like there'd be a prepared side and then the normal left.
So that you're not focused on writing for one hand the whole time.
Yeah, I'd rather be able to remove that, do other detailed choreography that makes sense with what they're playing. I really enjoyed designing choreography in a way that made the music come through visually, so that even if you took all the sound away, you would still hear the music through the way that people move. For me, it was sort of a solution to a problem. It was a way to provide choreography that would work seamlessly with the way that your hands feel when you play a myriad of different rudiments, with the way that your body feels when you try to line up your feet, or different shifts of weight.
Good, just a little bit too lateral on your crab step with your right foot. Okay, starting in the same spot, a bar before C. There we go.
As far as the visual design and choreography with Alinea, we also wanted to turn that expectation on its head. We wanted to provide a palette of movement that is quirky and unexpected. Our snare drums are the only visible thing on the floor. It's a snare feature. There's movement, there's choreography, there's drill, there's backsticks and flips and ripples and splits, but you don't hear snare drums. You only hear tenors. They're the ones who are providing the sound. Snares are playing, but they're playing on a surface that makes almost no sound whatsoever. So we've taken inspiration from menu items that provide this twist on the experience and made those into RhythmX moments.
Part before that's a little different tone. So the bass is coming in, it's in 4/4. So it feels like 4/4 for 2 bars, and then it's still the groupings here. The 5-note groupings will be kind of cool. Go down and up the drums through a lot of these patterns, I think.
I like even just hearing it, like.
And like the marimba part,
That'll help me.
it's like like the marimbas play that. So having the basses match that. Last note. The attack of the part we broke down, Mac down here, might have been a little bit out. On that floor mallet, a little bit out. Let's do it again. I think I have a large responsibility for the emotional layer of the show, because that's what it's kind of like the soundtrack to the movie. It's what kind of makes the feeling happen behind what's there. So, you know, anything melodic, anything harmonic comes from me. We've tried to blow up the sound palette in terms of focusing a part of the show around a feeling or a sound. There's a part of the show we call flex. Sometimes we call it bendy. It's basically how many sounds that we can pitch bend, and it creates a really interesting feeling. There's another part of the show that's called crispy. We try to create things that sound like that. It started with the idea of the snare drum and how that sounds, but that just kind of blew open the door to the whole family of sounds.
The respect that we have together makes this possible. You have no idea how much I love being a part of making this happen every single minute and second that I get to be a part of it. You should feel that. You should take that energy with you, make it happen, make it worth something for yourself, and you'll be rewarded. Now, next weekend, the one after that, and especially the one after that. You guys ready? Yeah! 18 years, 18 blocks.